Hey there tech fans, Rick here again with another review, and today I have the DJI Mini 2 drone. Now I know the Mini 3 has come out and a lot of people really love that drone, and it's a phenomenal drone. It absolutely represents, I think, the best sub 250 gram drone flying today. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mini 2 because I think a lot of times people see a new product, they gravitate to it, and don't realize that the product that was released before it, the Mini 2 in this case, is a phenomenal value. And honestly, when you compare this to what the Mini 3 provides, I think you're spending a lot more money for the Mini 3 than you may have to, especially if you're a brand new flyer, because the Mini 2 provides tremendous value and tremendous features for the price. So let me get started with the basic understanding of what the Mini 2 provides. This is the second generation product from DJI. It includes OcuSync 2 technology between the controller and the drone, which is proprietary DJI technology, and that controls how the controller and the drone speak to each other, and it's a rock solid technology. And that's really important because when you put a drone up in the air, the one thing you worry about is the drone losing connection to your remote and doing things you didn't expect it to do, like flying into a tree or taking off over the horizon. The fact that it uses OcuSync 2 technology means the drone and the controller are always communicating, and if one of the channels they're communicating over gets noisy, they can switch to another channel, so there's a constant binding between the two products talking to each other, so you're never going to have to worry about losing your drone. If something happens, something catastrophic, your battery gets really low, you do lose connection to your controller, the drone is smart enough to actually do a return to home function where it basically knows where it took off. The drone will realize I'm no longer talking to the controller. Let me take charge. It'll elevate to the height that you have set in the application. It'll spin to face the point of takeoff. It'll fly back to that point of takeoff and land pretty much where it took off. It also has features built in that are safety features that if the battery gets a little bit strange or you have issues with connections where it can't make the reconnection, it can trigger that return to home. You can also manually trigger that return to home by tapping a button on the remote. So it's an incredibly smart drone from that perspective. They've also built in a pause function. So if you're flying the drone and you get into a situation where you get a little bit scared, you can tap the pause button, the drone will stop in midair. It won't fly into a tree. You have a lot of control over that. The drone itself, from an imaging perspective, is also really advanced. It's got a 1/2.3-inch sensor in it, which means it's going to capture crystal clear pictures up in the sky, and it can record 4K video, which is what most people care about when they put it up. It's also small enough, it's under 249 grams, it's small enough that when you fold it up, let me do that, this will fit into your purse if you're a young lady, or you can fit it in your pocket if you have a big jacket on. How portable can you make a drone that still gives you all those features? I mean, this is absolutely amazing how small that is. I mean, it's literally the size of a smartphone. Here, I've got a smartphone. There's my smartphone and there's the drone. The smartphone's bigger than the drone, so it's ultimately portable. And again, the feature sets that are built into this drone for its small size come from the pedigree of DJI developing flying technology like this for years. It's got a stabilized gimbal on the front that's a 3-axis stabilized gimbal, which means no matter what happens to the drone up in the air, because it's going to get buffeted by the winds, that gimbal is smart enough to stay on target and give you a rock solid image. So it's a really easy drone to fly. It comes with a very sophisticated remote controller. You'll basically pull this top piece out. You'll put your phone in here. It'll hold all the modern phones, the wide ones, all the new smartphones. You'll connect it up and you'll use your phone with the application as your display, and that will give you a 720p feed from the camera inside the drone. So when you're flying around, it's like you're strapped to the bottom of the drone and you're seeing exactly what the drone sees. And that's really important because if you're flying, first of all, you want to avoid things. You don't want to hit a tree, but also it allows you to frame the shot. So if you're trying to get that perfect shot of a lighthouse or a boathouse or a lake, you'll know exactly what the drone's seeing so you can capture that footage and pictures on the remote control. Another nice feature about it is that they built in a lot of automated features for shooting modes. So for example, you can actually go into the software and you can have the drone fly automated patterns. So if you want to circle you and a group of friends, the drone will do that. It can actually fly away from you and keep you in focus. It can fly straight up away from you and keep you in focus. It does a boomerang move, or it flies up and then flies in really close. So what that means is, as a new drone flyer, you actually have the perfect filming companion with you right out of the box. You don't have to spend hours and months trying to learn how to do that circle shot. I mean, you'll get good at it over time, but it does take a little while to master the joystick movements required to circle you without being jittery and such. You can push a button 10 minutes after flying the unit and perfect that shot just automatically. So they thought about how you're going to use it, especially for new flyers. And again, when you compare it to other drones on the market, the features that are built into this are phenomenal for the price. And I think, okay, the Mavic 3 or the Mini 3 Pro is a better drone. It's got crash avoidance, got a better camera, it's got a bunch of other features in it. But for most flyers on the market today, this is the perfect fit, especially if you're a brand new flyer, because you're not sure you're going to like the hobby. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't like the hobby, because the minute you put the drone up, you're going to be smiling ear to ear like I do every time I fly it. But maybe you're not going to like the hobby and you're not sinking a lot of money into a drone. You can use this, see if you like it. If you like it, you can always upgrade later on. But my point is, you're getting 85–90% of what you're going to get from a more expensive drone in the Mini 2. And there's a lot of availability of this product still today. So I would grab this as quickly as I could and get up there and start flying with it. And the last thing I'll mention too is the flight time. I didn't mention that yet, but a lot of people focus on how long will a drone fly. Well, this little guy will fly 31 minutes on a fully charged battery, which gives you plenty of time up in the air to explore an area, to find a target of interest, maybe that lighthouse you wanted to take a photo of, and plenty of time on target to frame that perfectly so you get that beautiful blue ocean behind it and you can take the shot you need. I mean, 31 minutes of flight time is pretty incredible, especially for a small drone like this. So that's pretty much all I had. If you're in the market for a drone, give the Mini 2 a look, because again, I've been flying this since the day it was released. It's still one of my favorite drones to fly. It's in my bag pretty much every time I leave the house. And I think it's a wonderful value, especially for new flyers. So hopefully you found this helpful. And until next time, stay nerdy.